The first album that I bought was The College Dropout by Kanye West. And that album is the album that made me want to start making beats and writing my own songs and stuff, because I don't know, I didn't even really know much about hip hop at the time, but I just really liked that album. And I thought that's how I found out about what sampling was and stuff like that, because I looked into how he made it and stuff, and I realized he utilized a lot of soul samples and old music to like make these beats. So I thought that was really cool, and that was the point where I decided to learn how to sample and like just make beats on the computer, because at that point you could already do that. And my life hasn't been the same ever since, because I'm making music now and I wasn't making music before that. I officially started like making beats and putting them on MySpace and stuff like that, not even like 04 or 05, but more like when I was in 7th grade, which was 06, 07. But with The College Dropout, like I was just messing with like little things on Beatcraft. But when I was taught how to use FL Studio by like an old friend of mine, Steez, or Rasan, he now goes by, he taught me how to use FL like in 2006, and that's because he heard like the little things I had done with Beatcraft and Mixcraft, like just playing around, and that's when I got serious about it. I used to listen to John Legend a lot, and starting off singing, I was really influenced by the way that he sang, and you could kind of hear it in like the way I would sing certain things. But I've tried to, you know, kind of move away from that, because I don't want to try to emulate like just another vocalist. But John Legend, I really like Daft Punk. Oh yeah, the Neptunes, of course. I always loved their sound from when I first heard it. So as far as production goes, my earliest influences that are still big today are Kanye West and the Neptunes. And then later, I learned about Dilla, you know, and really looked into his catalog and stuff like that.
I love it when you talk to me. And then I talk to you. I can't keep your energy off of me. I wanna give it all back to you.
The brightness in my music probably comes from just me being a happy person, you know, like a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. I'm kind of carefree with it, and I feel like that bleeds through in the sound of the production, because the grooves of like the music and stuff like that is very like, you know, upbeat. And I guess probably my like age, I'm pretty young, so I haven't like had to think about things like, shit, I guess like bills and stuff like that, and stuff like I guess really old people have to think about. So all I can really sing about is girls and candy, you know, and stuff like that. I can't rap about or sing about like my hardships or anything like that, or having to sell drugs or something, I don't know. like last year, Matt just randomly, I don't remember, he like tweeted about me, and I think DM'd me shortly after, talking about like I'm dope and you know he wants to work on something with me basically. And I'm pretty sure it was through Jamil, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe he heard about it through somewhere else on the internet, no pun intended. Yeah. But yeah, you know, he just hit me on Twitter, and then we started emailing stuff back and forth, and now we got like music. We got a lot of music that we haven't put out yet, but shout out to Matt. As far as stuff that's laid down, it's all like me, my vocals, like me singing over his production. He did tell me to send him some production so he could sing on it as well, and I have. He said he would write to everything, but I know they like wrapped up and trying to finish their LP right now, which I think is supposed to drop in May. It's dope, man. Like, it sounds really next. Nah, I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn and shit, but like, it's very, very next level. Like, I think I'm really in love with the sound of my vocals over his production, because I already feel like the kind of music that the internet's making is in the same vein as the type of stuff that we're trying to create. It doesn't sound exactly like that, but you know, they're on some spacey, groovy, experimental soul stuff as well.
I want us the best slide. I want us the best slide. Step me the best slide. Step me the best slide. Girl, you're so wavy. When I'm in your pool, the water's so amazing. I'll never thirst again. The way you tripping for me, I'll never thirst again. Baby girl, keep tripping for me. Babe, when was the last time you had fun like this? Oh, tell me when. When was the last time a guy dived into your soul? Say, you wanna grab my hand while I grab that, you know.
Milky Wave is a production company and a collective of artists and producers and musicians from Houston, Texas. I came up with that when I was in the practice room at in the Butler School of Music. I was like, Milky Wave, and then I called him and I was like, man, what do you think of calling it Milky Wave? And then he liked it, so we just went with it. And the first person to be a part of Milky Wave other than myself officially was Big Brandon Willis, and now we got Mufasa Enzor, Peyton, B Honey, Ozone. We just added Amaru, he's dope. But yeah, that's how Milky Wave came about, and it's sort of evolved into what I wanted it to be right now. Or it's still not. We got more work to do, but like it's coming together.
I met Bobby. It's a funny thing. We were actually in 6th grade together. Yeah, so I met him back in middle school, and we used to actually have like beat battles. We used to like be like, yeah, I'm better. No, I'm better. And then all of a sudden, we just ended up becoming like friends and stuff like that. And we just ended up becoming cool, having fun and stuff like that. And I was just showing music to Bobby one day, and Bobby showed me some of his music, and I was like, man, bro, I wish we were in a group together. And he's like, yeah, man, I got this group called Milky Wave. I said, yeah, man, I want to be in it. And then that's how it happened.
Motown still exists, but like, you know, they have a musical review or like a Broadway show strictly based off of like Motown's music when they were in their prime. I want Milky Wave to have that kind of impact where people want to make movies about us. People want to like, I really want Milky Wave to be some shit that everybody knows about years down the line. Like when you talk about music and the prominent musicians of this time period, I want everybody who's in Milky Wave and us as a collective as well to just be out there with it. I want everybody to know about us, and I want to, yeah, that's it.
I believe, love's the key, love's the key, love's the key. key. Love, I believe in love. I believe in love. I believe in us. Girl, connecting with you is easy to do. I think we're about to fall into something, but maybe it ain't nothing but you. See, that's the fun of it all. You gon' love me, man. See, you gon' love me, man. You gon' love me.